We are revisiting RealGood Insurance. This is the Part B of the case, and looking in greater detail on what's going on at the employee level. So Oakley Wilson has gathered additional data, and one of the issues always when we're looking at behaviors is sometimes what matters is the variance in the behavior, not just the average behavior. And it turns out that in the data that are available to Oakley, which may not be all the data that we wish we had, but it's what's available to us. In those data, there's considerable variance across employee behavior. Individuals who are working in the general claim settlement are behaving differently. We have some people who are getting excellent satisfaction scores, but keeping settlement costs under control. We're kind of discovering that there's some difference in how people who are relatively senior and versus those junior kind of understand the work environment. And ultimately, while we're going to look at perceptual and cognitive explanations, ultimately our question is what is driving behavior? And in particular, I'd like you to pay close attention to and start to understand how the employee's perception of the situation is driving their behavior. And once we understand employees' perceptions and beliefs, that kind of opens the door to a broader set of options for impacting their behavior. Ultimately, what we want to do is impact their behavior, and using tools like the social information processing model discloses to us other sets of options. As we've talked about in the lecture material and the reading material, we've moved on to the idea that the employees themselves are adaptive to the work situation. And so the question is, we first have to understand how they understand what's going on with the pay for performance system, for instance. And then we have to then think about how do we impact their beliefs about the situation in order to impact their behavior. So certainly focus on behavior, but we want to look at, what are the beliefs, where are they coming from, and how do those beliefs impact the behavior in the situation.